Hey everybody, got a ridiculously silly comic to look at today, and I am once again joined by my brother John Norton. Johnny, say hi.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is awesome.
Is it awesome?
I mean, it's Ripclaw
It,
and this guy from the video game.
Ripclaw and the video game guy. Is that Warpath from X Force?
It's
And Discount Iron Man and
Fashion Statement Mall.
Fashion Statement Mall. I was trying to think of something funny, but you brought it home. Yeah, this is just an amazing pile of artwork that's kind of interesting. DEATHMATE Black.
I mean, it's Silvestri to start off with, and Jim Lee
So Silvestri pencils and Jim Lee inks,
is also there.
I guess.
I mean, it can't be too bad.
This DEATHMATE thing was such a colossal fuck up of failure. I mean, who cared about Valiant? Obviously, some people mattered. It mattered to them.
Turok did.
Turok cared, but I just
Who's this? Exo Manowar?
Exo Manowar. He's a man of war, Johnny. XO. It should be boring O of Manowar.
Is it like an Exo, like an executive officer?
Probably. I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
Art duties. We got Brandon Peterson, Brett Booth, Mark Silvestri, Jeffrey Scott, Scott Clark, Greg Capullo, Jim Lee, Will Spartasio, and then mostly Scott, a bunch of inkers, whatever.
So Jeffrey Scott, I remember seeing his art in here, and we'll obviously look at it. And it was so weird at the time. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Later, years later, I'm like, that's J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of Gen 13 fame, right?
Yeah.
Where he first gained big prominence. There are a lot of words, and I'm not surprised because it's Brandon Choi. Man, fuck that guy. He's not a writer. He was never a writer, but they just words and words and words and words and words and words and just
And plus, like a backstory in a world that whatever.
yeah, had long since become a terrible place. Yeah, we know. We know. But it starts out with Brandon Peterson. Like so many of these artists are not great here, but they become great. All of these guys become really good. I mean, some of them are obviously good to start, but
I mean, they're all like names you know.
yeah. I mean, Greg Capullo, this is like his post X-Force work. I think he was on to, might have been on to Spawn, maybe. What year is this? 93, maybe not. I think McFarlane is actually still drawing it. But he's good, but it's such a drastic change in some of the art styles in some ways, and then they're also so similar. Like some people might not notice the difference in artists when they change. I certainly could tell.
Yeah.
But me, you, we're artists. We notice shit like that. Brandon Peterson starts out, and this is before he got really good, but it's perfectly serviceable. But
Oh my God. Look at those words.
so many words. Now, we're not stupid. Like, we can read a deep, thoughtful story, but I just said the things that are not in here. Deep, thoughtful story. There's just a lot of things where these characters, and then I don't read Valiant. I've never read Valiant. I don't mean to insult anybody that likes them,
But fuck you
but
guys.
fuck them and fuck that and fuck you. I don't get why they were popular. It was so boring.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the introduction of Gen 13?
I was going to say the only thing about this book, this was listed as a collector's item for a long time because it's the introduction to the Gen 13 characters. And this didn't become relevant until Gen 13 came out and J. Scott Campbell was drawing it. And it just took off. It was hyper popular. I'm like, well, where's the first appearance of those characters? And none of their characterizations in here are anything that remotely resembles who and what they were because this is the first time you see them, so they hadn't really built the characters.
Yeah, it's the same thing with that, like Witchblade's first appearance.
yeah.
Has nothing to do with the book.
Yeah, that character looked nothing and sounded like nothing and acted nothing like the way she was in the series. And now that you mentioned that, I got to find that fucking thing. I don't know. I haven't seen it. If I would have run across it, I would have pulled it and set it aside to do.
Yeah, dummy.
I got it somewheres. Anyway, what is going on? I don't know. They're like future, like it's almost like mirror universe versions of these characters, or like evil versions of themselves, or something. Right? Yeah. Who cares?
I think of Mario and Luigi.
Oh my gosh! Right.
For whatever reason.
I always thought that it's a difficult angle on the face, but I thought that they kind of did good here with that. It's Brandon Peterson kind of trying to get it. I'm really stretching for things to praise in anything in here, but that's Mother from Cyberforce. I think the only other time she was ever in anything, because she ended up dead in the miniseries, and then she was here.
Yeah. I have no idea. You tell me. Man.
I don't know. And then somewhere here, I think here it switches to Brett Booth. I think this is still Brandon Peterson.
They have very similar styles at the time.
At the time, very, very distinctively similar.
And, I mean, it's also like, I remember, I'm like, was this Jim Lee at a little bit? You know, maybe it's because of the inker.
But it's, to me, I know it's not Jim Lee, but it's those guys who draw like Jim Lee so much that you're like, and again, I don't mean to point out to be weird, but I can't help it. Like this weirdly shaped titty that's one's covered up, and then this stupid cross-hatching thing that they want to do. Like you take a round object and put a line across the top of it, and then hatch out the lines in the idea of giving it some sort of like three-dimensional form. It looks so weird, and it's so like, do you need to make it that prominent?
I can only imagine being in the mind of a colorist on some of these things. They're like, what is going on here? What am I supposed to be interpreting?
Yeah, I don't know. You're not wrong there. Whoever this girl is, that's grunge. I think she blows his head off and...
Well, splat.
Splat.
Bitch.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's probably the funniest thing. Well, let's see you try and smile without a face, bitch. Okay, that's legitimately funny. All right. That we got a positive. We got one positive and so far like 10 negatives. And we got Ripclaw and X-Force's Warpath. I mean, Turok, the dinosaur hunter, right?
Yes.
Are we sure?
I remember playing the video game, and I did hunt dinosaurs.
They are Native American, so they got to be homies.
I mean, there's something like like you said, mirror universe, not their real selves here, and like Ripclaw is like remembering. That's what happened before. Previous page, like he starts remembering stuff, so he starts like, no, you can't kill these guys, it's wrong, they don't deserve to die like dogs.
No, really?
I mean,
because I don't remember.
I would. But
right. Free fall, she gets blasted in the back. I thought this elbow to his guts and the arrows spilling out conveyed an interesting bit of motion. I thought that kind of works for a bunch of the second-rate artists trying to be as good as Jim Lee's and Mark Silvestri's. That kind of works.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Positives.
Right. So we got two positives. God, I'm forgetting the order of Brett Booth. Okay, so yeah, this is still Brett Booth, because then it'll suddenly switch over to Mark Silvestri, and it suddenly gets kind of good, artistically anyway. They're chopping at each other, shooting arrows at each other. Well, I
mean, honestly, like some of this art, it isn't too terribly bad.
No, it's as good as any second-rate Image new guy ever did.
Yeah, like, I mean, you kind of understand what's going on. Like, I like the silhouette stuff here.
Yeah.
And I like them, like, you feel like the wing.
The wing, does he have a line in his thing? Or is this a Rob Liefeld bow and arrow?
Huh.
I bet he stole that from Shaft.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Call a lawyer.
Right. And then this is the last page of Brett Booth, and then it switches over to Mark Silvestri. But arrow hits him. I think it blows his arm off.
Oh, yeah.
Does it? Oh, yeah. Right. There it is. It didn't blow it off. It sheared it in a nice, clean cut somehow.
Because that's what happens.
It is. Oh, yeah. Duh. Right there. Wrong arm.
Right? I was like, what?
It's the right. It hits his left arm, but that's his right hand.
Yeah.
But his right hand is missing, so that's correct, but that's wrong.
As unlike you pointed out with Liefeld, where it's panel to panel, page to page, this is at least artist to artist.
That's at least understandable. Very correct. And so, in one issue of Cyberforce somewhere, I think it was in the miniseries, Ripclaw jumps out of a jet with Cyblade and he yells, "Iya-hey." But here, they enhance it. It says, "Iya-the-hey-yi-yi." Is that Native American speak? Is he saying, "Fuck me"?
Tell my wife I love.
Tell my wife. Perfect. Smashes down. Some bum finds him in the rubble, starts throwing the garbage away, sees his bladed hand. Old woman, I guess.
Oh yeah, she turns out to be really way sexy though.
Wait, don't ruin it. It's ruined. I should let him die. It would serve him right after what he's done. But whatever. She picks him
Native
up.
American, racist.
Oh, wow. Throws him into a shopping cart. Takes him somewhere. and pull some voodoo magic on Mole, right?
I understood that joke.
Right? I got that reference. And he's like, "Oh wait, is this who you? I don't know. May the spirits have mercy on your soul if I sense even the slightest hint of betrayal."
Never mind.
Yeah. And then whatever's going on, she heals him. I guess he discovers who she's supposed to be, but she's an old woman. It's been too long. My days of being a hero, Ripclaw, and now I am too old. Maybe if you only see yourself as I see you. Maybe if we make out.
I saw this in a Disney movie.
In a Disney. I swear this works. And so he gives her the magic tongue, and she becomes hot as fuck.
Told you.
Right?
That's a good drawing.
It is a good drawing. That face is super hot, and then
her boobs, her implants came back.
Oh my god,
she has implants, doesn't she?
They swell up like balloons.
Doesn't she have implants? Like I remember in like Wildcat, she has. Like,
you are not wrong. She flat out admits to Spartan that she's got fake titties. I think that Silvestri does is the way he does these black shapes, like the negative space folds in cloth. That is so good, and it's so hard to do.
Oh my god, you're right.
They're just black chunky shapes, but you have to know where to put them. And it looks so good. And it's funny. Well, first off, this coloring background, I don't know what in the fuck that is supposed to be, but it just distracts from everything. That is terrible.
Well, if you point it out, now I can't
now you
unsee
it. Look at that. What is it? I don't even know. But in these post-apocalyptic, horrific future versions, all the girls become hyper sexy. We're about to see the most ridiculous hyper sexy outfit ever.
It's coming back to me. I was like, oh yeah, doesn't she get into this fucking ridiculous outfit?
Ridiculous. If she was just in this, at least it would make sense. She's in her tattered little outfit, and then it could just be ripped, and she's kind of sexy. Another thing I got to point out, Wildcats #1, when they introduced voodoo, I always liked that the tattoo design on her, to me, just looked like random shapes. Mm-hmm. It wasn't anything. Yeah. Later, it became like dragon designs.
Yeah.
This looks like it's going back to just the random shapes, whether they're tattoos or scars or I don't know. It's irrelevant, but I kind of liked it, like these weird random designs on her body. I like her shoulders and her hips. Kind of hot. But they're not anything.
It's interesting how the power of love or whatever
That's
also
the power of love.
Shrinks her cloak.
It,
like it's baggy.
Well, it took her cloak off. She apparently had like a shredded dress on under it because she's holding her cloak behind her.
Oh, is that what happened?
She just got sexy suddenly because we got Mark Sylvester. We got to draw hotness.
Sorry.
Calm down. We will get to this. We have to look at this incredibly interesting. What did you call him on the front cover?
A fashion statement.
Statement mall. I mean, I can't get over how much I just didn't care about that character. Like, the concept is interesting. The bigger he gets, the dumber he gets.
He became way more interesting in later volumes
yes.
of Wildcats, where he'd go, shrink his mask, get really sickeningly, Christian Bale in that one movie.
Super tiny.
And he gets super smart.
Right. So that's an interesting take on the concept. It could not be more boring. The Valiant characters, the hardcore twats. Who cares about any of them? Show me, the big monstrous guys.
Wait. I thought the tusks on his back were part of a costume.
No, that's him.
What the fuck does that mean?
You didn't know that?
No.
Like an elephant tusk, they grow out of his back. It's so stupid.
I had no idea.
After all this time, you're just discovering that? It's the dumbest thing. It doesn't make any sense. If you dig that, great, good for you. But that is stupid. Less stupid, but just as ridiculous as... So she went off after living in this horrific, nightmarish world, went to a store or something, got her hair did, put up in this giant ponytail thing. Now, as a physical drawing, like a figure, the face and the way he drew... Again, I don't mean to point out the titties and everything, but the way he drew them,
they're really good fake boobs.
Very good fake boobs. I wish that they didn't put all this wording over the rest of her body.
Now
it's a spider. That is not what was just here 1 page ago. That is not a spider on her hip.
Come on, Mark.
And then she has nothing on her shoulders.
You're better than this.
I don't think he even knew what was going on. So I remember looking at that going, man, that is super sexy, but it is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the outfit, as ridiculous as it is, because it's Mark Silvestri and he can draw really good, it kind of somehow on a small level works. Later pages drawn by other guys, it just stands out as so bad.
Well, maybe she didn't know what they were doing. Maybe she was going back to her job. She's like, awesome, I can make money again.
I could go be a stripper. I'm going to wear the tiniest stringy thong bikini thing. They'll barely cover anything. And they're like, no, we're actually trying to fight evil. She's like, I totally misunderstood what you were trying
You
to
should have
tell
just
me.
had people like in the background just like staring at her
Just
like
looking like we haven't seen a hot girl in a hot minute. Whatever, they're talking, not a bad profile, it's okay. Suddenly the art changes from Silvestri to J. Scott Campbell. And, you know, as much as I didn't care for his style at this time, you can still tell he's got something.
Oh, yeah.
It's detailed, it's pretty clear on the storytelling. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And this is kind of an interesting panel there with
the negative white becoming this, because this is like the bad guy base. It's like propped up on these stilts up in the air. That's an interesting kind of.
Yeah.
I think they had that on. Yeah, there's.
Oh.
It's there.
Continuity, kind of.
But they got Marlowe, I guess, strapped up. He's getting blown or something because they're all naked. This is what they do.
Is that the guy from Stormwatch?
Fuck, I don't know if I read this.
What's he trying? Union is here somewhere.
Oh yeah, Onion. He's in this. I think he's critical in the other book we'll look at here later. Whatever. They're talking. He gets mad. He wants his turn to blow the guys. He can't get it. She's like, it's me.
These grins, these smiles on them, I always thought I remember like those more than anything out of this book.
Yeah.
Like, I remember those. I'm like, those just look weird.
Very distinctive. Like, it's expressive, but it is weird. It is weird. And then suddenly shoots over to Scott Clark. Now, I was always into him. I think he was one of the better ones. I guess that's still true. But it's suddenly her outfit, plus the way he draws long, skinny, lanky girls. It just suddenly... Like, why does all the dudes get to be fully dressed, but the hot girls got to be...
It's part of our society, Robert.
Right.
But, yeah, just these, like... The straps, like, just way up high.
I mean, that is, like, ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if that's a 90s thing where they used to wear really high, strappy
but
things.
Even that
even
is...
if they just cut across here.
Yeah.
But it's almost like she's standing there embarrassed to be mostly naked in front of all. Even Fairchild here is wearing mostly clothes. She's like...
Come on, girl.
Like, I at least did be dressed. And she's like, they made me wear this. I didn't want to.
I thought I was going to work.
Can you get me out of here? Can you help me? Fashion Statement Mall here. You won't let me go. Yeah, it's just whatever. They're gonna go to the big, spider
How
villain
does he put
building.
his costume on over those fucking tusks?
Well, when he shrinks down, they go away.
Jesus.
And then when he grows big, they pop out. So you have to shrink down, put on a giant tarp.
Day in the life of Maul and his tusks trying to put on clothes. That's what I'd.
We're gonna write that story.
God, they're just standing around.
None. Is this because of the glowing eyes? That ballistic,
yeah.
Right? That's what I was trying to think of. There's Union. Sorry. He's got some significance to something. They stand around, heavily shadow, especially him. He's in heavy shadow.
Yeah.
But not her, because we don't want to hide her hotness. They're still talking about, I don't know what. Who cares? I don't care. Do you care?
God, I mean, they're still just talking.
They're just talking. Fight, cry, fuck, something. Let's do something except stand around and talk.
Oh, and randomly Warblades here.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, by the way, I'm here. Literally, they're standing around and they're like,
Oh, yeah, they're like, I remember one other person. He was a warrior. He'd be great to be here. Oh, well.
And they all say, Warblade! He's like,
And there's like clapping, there's applause.
right. Yeah, not from us, though. And then the bladed guys show up and start, kicking ass, taking names. All right, we're finally fighting again.
And whose art is this? Is this...
This is still Scott Clark.
Okay. Good. I mean, still, oh God. I mean, I like that picture,
Yeah.
I kind of digging what's going on here, artistically.
It's all cool.
That...
Yes. Just what? It's like, just can we not?
Yeah.
I legitimately think that drawing right there of
Warblade.
I almost said
War
War
Claw.
Claw. It's Rip Claw.
Ripley.
Ripley. Might as well. Shredding him like with his hands kind of going backwards, shredding this whatever the fuck. I think that looks cool, but you're kind of distracted by ass and titties and then this is another one of those angles that's hard to draw, and we gotta. I wonder if they intentionally put.
I was gonna say someone either knew what they were doing or didn't know what
Yeah,
they were
they either
doing.
did wrong or did very intentionally cover up her ass. But why? Why is that okay, but that's not okay? Like, just move it down. Let me stare at her ass or don't.
It's like in if you ever watched WWE when Stacy Keibler would enter the ring and like she'd always like one leg in, bend over,
Yeah.
but the camera always moved away.
Son of a bitch. And then suddenly becomes less bullshit flashy and more like I'm trying to tell a story in a little bit lighter, whimsical style of Greg Capullo.
Mm-hmm.
He's not trying to put tits and ass in front of your face. He'll draw them because he has to, because that's what she's in.
And that's kind of a cool. I mean, hey, you got the spider.
Yeah, you got the spider on there. I wonder if the colorist is throwing that on there.
Sure, maybe it changes like a Rorschach.
Oh my
mask.
god, that'd be awesome. My tattoos, whatever you see in it. I'm like, I see your ass. So yeah, Warpath keeps beating her up. He gets shot in the back through the guts.
by Lady Cable.
Girl Cable. I don't know. More shredding, more. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what was the purpose of it? Just to have a big. Fuck, I don't know.
I don't know. Right, exactly. He gets bigger. I think this is his death. He takes all these guys out the side of the building and they all fall to their...
Which I
We're
thought
on
was
an express elevator to hell.
going down. But I always thought that was weird because, like, he's a big guy like the Hulk. That wouldn't kill the Hulk. Like, he'd land. I'm like, is he dead from that?
I think he'd survive. You're not wrong on that one. Exo-Manodum blasting and...
Executive officer.
Right, and stupid. They're shooting. He's got shields.
Yeah, who is this blonde guy?
I don't know. Valiant Idiot someone. Valiant Idiot number 2. She's got claws shooting at executive officer. Punches her. She's got fangs.
She's like fucking wolf. Like
I don't know. Greg Capullo's finishing up. I kind of thought it was interesting to like do the double fist together to blast and pops her eyeball out.
Yeah.
And you have to throw in the giant boobie as she goes, "Aye, Splock." That's a new character name.
Splock.
Trademark.
Mr. Splock.
Dibs on Splock.
I mean, that's kind of a cool image in the shadows right there.
Kind of ominous-ish. He's an X-Man.
Oh.
But then his outfit rejects him.
Yeah.
And glad he's got underwear on.
I mean, you understand what's going. That's kind of a cool...
Yeah, it you reads in her powers. She can't use force against XO. Need to use the sight beyond sight. Superstar, Skycore, mother help me. I've lost my armor. I need a shield. I've fallen and I can't get up. Suddenly goes to Jim Lee. Gets a little more visually interesting. Like Girl Cable with her shredded eye out. And blonde naked guy. At least there's some kind of continuity in the story. Mm-hmm. There's some long ass fingers that Jim Lee threw down there. These guys come up to each other and touch tips and they explode.
Yeah.
I say this a lot. Sometimes these little tiny panels. This drawing of Voodoo lying there, just the body, the anatomy, that simple shape. I mean, I know her ass is pointing at us, but I think that is a good drawing.
Yeah, it's very subtle because I didn't even know it was
You
there.
didn't even know it was there. You thought there was just more rubble. Rocky Rubble. That's another character's name. Rocky Rubble and Splock. And you know what? I flipped through this earlier today just real quickly. I remember seeing this panel of her, and I almost was like, it's like she's like going like, why am I even in this comic? Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Like she's like breaking the fourth wall.
I'll tell you why.
Right? Why,
madam?
Right? So she's like, why the fuck am I here? Can this be over? Will you just kill us, please? Mother is screaming. This is kind of a cool slice open into the room. I always liked that kind of drawing. I get, I'm we're on 3 or 4 positives amidst about 57 negatives.
And what's going on? Like, now Warblade is, like, betraying them or something?
Not yet.
I don't know. There's some. Yeah.
It's coming
But
up.
he's like, how could you betray us?
Answer me. Well, he did it for me, Ripclaw. Warblade dying, would you do me a favor and dispose of this insolent savage? Whoa, racist. It's not possible. After all we've been through for the last
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I thought this was kind of brutal with him standing there and his claws just coming through and stabbing him. I'm like, that's all right.
I mean, with the shadows and the shading, that's
Yeah, it kind of works. Onions back here, cooking up.
it's hurting my eyes.
Yeah. And then this, where he's, the silhouette with his dead body stabbed on the ground. Like, he's done.
I mean, it is kind of like, I remember being kind of like, it's depressing. Like, people are dying. Like,
You're
it's
right.
a hopeless cause. And
But that's really reaching for some kind of feeling in this book. But then suddenly he's like,
nope.
yeah, I'm actually betraying you now that I've killed my homie.
Fooled you.
Yeah, fooled you. Explosions, and then it's still Jim Lee, and Mr. Union wakes up with Imp and tells him to go do something. He gets a laser boner. He takes off into space. And then I guess a rebellion is happening and people are storming the castle. Have fun storming the castle. Jesus Christ. And then this is the last page of Jim Lee and it becomes Will's Protasio. And it's like, oh yeah, Fairchild's in this thing from X-Men.
From
X-Men. Might as well be. Jesus Christ.
And this is what, this is what she looked like in Gen 13,
Kinda, yeah.
more or less.
Kind of thicker in the waist and the hips, but that's all right. I like Protasio's layouts, especially this, where the last panel, the shadow being cast in these small. He does great panel layouts. Laser Boner's taken off to go be in another comic to wrap up everything. So, I mean,
this seems like the epitome of comics, especially Image Comics and stuff. At this point, it was just like all flash, no substance.
Yeah.
Very little,
Yeah.
Like, you buy these for the art, right?
Yeah. But I think that they thought they were trying their damnedest to write something awesome. But with so many characters and so many different books and there's no singular vision, it's just a clusterfuck of stupid.
And you get confused, like, which one, like, what's the next shade after black?
Yeah.
Like, what comes after orange?
It's just not great. You asked for it, now you're gonna get it. Right in the pooper.
That's what she said, yeah.
Right? Yeah. This we're interested in looking at. This was a better crossover than the one we just looked at, the Wildcat Cyberforce. I think that kind of had some parts that were at least kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Sylvester and Jim Lee.
Yeah. I mean,
can't really go wrong, but they do.
Somehow they do. So anyway, DEATHMATE Black, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's $4.95 I'll never get back.
Yeah, ever. But it's worth looking at. It had some historical significance and origins of characters and dumb story.
Yeah, what happened to Turok? I've missed it.
He's hunting dinosaurs in the Great Hereafter.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what I always say?
What do you say?
It sucks.
What the hell? Jack Burton. All right, that's all. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
See you next time.